Hey guys, I just did a light language video, very opening. Um, this one I'm going to continue this light language because I felt like there was more to share. And so I'm going to just go for it. And again, a little introduction. For those of you who have never heard this before, or if you have heard it before, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. My intention with all of my videos is from my own perspective. And I understand that everyone is unique and individual in their own experience. This is my own way of sharing the frequencies that I feel are coming through me to assist in raising our frequencies, our vibrations. And as a Reiki, an energy healer, and starseed, like many of you watching, all of us are starseeds in one form of the word. We're all made up of the stuff of stars. But for those of us who really resonate with the mission, being here with one another to assist one another and to assist Mother Earth, that's where these frequencies come through. And they're just another aspect of myself. The connection to my ancestral DNA, languages, and light. And this is all about frequency. So I invite you to kind of step aside or put the left brain linear thinking aside and just open your heart and be open-minded when you hear these tones and frequencies, as I know that sometimes they can be a little different. And I'm learning right along with you guys. And so I'm just going to invite you to get nice and centered and grounded and just perhaps set your intention to anchor in the frequencies that are the most beneficial for you in this now moment. And by embodying these frequencies and anchoring them into the earth, which is what I do, it assists us in helping our neighbors and our co-workers and our brothers and sisters. And so essentially energy doesn't know any boundaries. And so when I'm doing these videos and I share it with you guys, it's coming through in the form of energy through the ethers and through tones and frequencies. And that's how this works. So I invite you to close your eyes, or you can keep your eyes open if you'd rather, and just connect with your breathing. And again, I always set my intention for this to be of the highest vibration of love light in alignment with our highest and greatest good of all. Any moments of silence, you can just come back to your breath, focusing on filling up your rib cage, your belly, your chest. Eanak is ish yanak uru ushtanaki atarakit it ishtanak ish ok uru yana. Teara aseshanaki tirishanok uru urushtanaki tirak ish atarakit inik irishtrek uru urushtanaki atara. Etra aseshanak uru urushtanaki tirak seshanak uru urushtanaki atara. Aseshanak urushtana. And so we come into a solar alignment. And that's a play on words, guys. So I can tell this is going to be a lot of mix of light language, English, and maybe some toning. Solar, SOULAR. Happy to do with solar alignments, but post-eclipse. But we are in the eclipse frequencies for a while. Dashtiak anak uru ustinakishtia. So I'm just trusting what I have to say in this now moment. Sometimes my brain can get in the way of what I'm trying to share. So at the ask ashtanak Iraq urustet inaki sessionak urustetarak yanarak iti sessionak etere ek istishiti it enek urustinak yetenakit ides esh atarkit inastitrak ostenak kitra urustnia. U ena et enak yetarak it ushanak uria ak anakiri sessionak it irisessionak urustenak yetarak it is sessiona. These messages expand to us, communicate through us on a cellular level. And even though we do not necessarily compute these languages and words in this linear perspective, they speak with us on a spiraling of many forms. And I'm seeing geometries, colors, and shapes. and tones, of course. And so as we align our bodies with the highest trajectory of love light, the highest computation, teask ashtanak urushtanak idiasa shatakinida ediasishanak urushtanak yinikira esishana urushanak idiasishanak urushtiat et is at idrak at ediash anak urikia shataniatakisishana. Ietroshia tu yanakiata iasishana. Breathing. We have much assistance right now, and it comes in many forms. And the more open we are by opening our bodies, our breathing is a major. And I'm also being guided to share that the language, I'm kind of playing on words always and to share with you guys that it remaps or rewires how we think of words or how we feel about words, literally, how we feel about the words. The spellings have been very computated. That's my word of the day. It's not real, I don't think, computed, but there's a connection over the years to make us smaller, and I see us looking through a tunnel with our language. And now we're being invited to blow out that light in the tunnel. Instead of looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, be the tunnel of light. The body is the key. Be patient with yourself and others. Many beings that are experiencing these energies that are being offered to us on earth, all versions, vibrations of ourselves, and I see this as multidimensional, but I'm just speaking wherever you are at and wherever we are at in this now moment, will cause people to explode, to be other presentations of themselves that are not necessarily in alignment with the highest aspects of love or light. And so I see sloughing off like a lizard shedding its skin or a snake shedding its skin, and that's multidimensional meaning, both of the terms lizard and snake. And this is why I was guided to share the cards that I shared. This is, guys, I'm doing this real time, so bear with me. So a lizard represents dream time, and when a lizard and a snake represents kundalini. So we're being invited to shed these old skins, and as we all shed this skin, we come out of the dream. Lizard represents unlimited potential, unlimited dream. It feels new, and it can be scary is not the word correct. New. Anything new is out of that old comfort zone. So even though we were in this tunnel, we felt like it might be a shell for some of us, a shell of protection. And now we are being asked to show courage in our new skin, so to speak, as well as we show courage and fearlessness and acceptance and appreciation and gratitude for ourselves, but compassion for what others are going through at this time, because I see an image in my mind of a lizard not able to shed its skin entirely. It's like half in and half out. And it's very uncomfortable for a lot of people because they're not sure if they're ready to jump out of the cocoon that they were safe and comfortable in before. But with expansion and evolution, that is the way things work. And so the more we can accept that this is leaving, we are leaving the past, the easier the kundalini activations, the spiraling of the energies will not only assist us, I'm hearing the word advance. We will advance faster, the least resistance, of course, that we have. And so the more we can assist ourselves and our brothers and sisters in the form of, and I'm starting back with body. So back to a little language about the body. Ielene ir orek an isish nakut urstuk orik it iskane it ishtana. Iedro shianarakit yanaras iendro his isht aknirak rustina. So many things are happening and transpiring on a cellular level, and not all of us will understand it. Many of us won't even realize it. When I say realize, it's multiple layered meaning. So when we realize something, we make it manifest, or we admit that it's real by seeing it. So many of us will choose not to see it and either ignore it. And when I say us and we, I'm talking about all, it doesn't matter. Everybody's at a different level, so it doesn't mean you. But when we realize something, we make it real. And so when we say, I am experiencing this, rather than ignoring it and saying, I'm fine, nothing's wrong with me, and I take that back, cancel, delete that. It's not wrong. It is a passage, a rite of passage is the words I'm hearing through Native American terms. The heart is really what it's all about. And the more compassion we can have for what our bodies are going through, and the more we realize that there is nothing wrong with us, that we are going through a rite of passage, so to speak, this will allow us to open our tunnel and see the light all around us, not just that one little pinpoint that we were so focused on before. And it will help us get out of the dark that we may be feeling or we may be feeling that is around us as well. Maybe we are feeling in the light, but our family and friends are not. So the body is in a place of needing our support and love. And this needs to come in the form of sustenance. And when I say sustenance, it's a sustaining of energy and vibration. And of course, I'm being guided to talk about the foods that we eat, what we're putting into our body. What are the toxins that we are filling ourselves with on all levels? So the toxins that we fill and when I say toxins, I'm seeing many versions. So I see the word toxin. I also see the word toxin, TALKSON. So what are we talking about that is building toxins in our body? What talk are we allowing into our frequency that is causing our thoughts? So our thoughts are also toxic in some sense of the word, and they can be. So it's food, it's drink, it's how are we cleansing, it's our intention, it's our focus in our conversations and our thoughts. And of course, all of that is on many layers and levels. And I feel guided briefly to share, before I go into a little bit more light language, that I had pulled the card, and it's been coming up again and again in my mind. That's hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. We all seen that. But the reference that I had was on a very linear level. If we are, and it's not about evil, because what's evil backwards? It's live. Everything has an energy. And so when we see something, rather than seeing it from a linear perspective and putting a judgment on it and saying that's evil, then that actually gives that energy of the word evil to it. So we're being invited to take a step back from one form of talk and remove that toxic judgment system, and yes, discern, and you can realize and feel that it's not for you, or it's not the better for anybody. But rather than setting your awareness and intention around it to then build that frequency of wrong, evil, harmful, whatever it might be, take a step back and remove that toxicity. We're being invited to see that for what it is, but not continue to feed it. And so I keep seeing that coming up whenever I'm doing these. What are we watching? And I'm going to take a linear step back right now. I realized that the television shows that I watch stick with me in my mind, and they create maps in my memory that distract me and bring me into a lower frequency, because we have 90,000 thoughts a day or something like that. And how many of those thoughts are filled with the news or a television show we watched, or you get my point. So I'm going to continue on from there. So be aware of what we're interlacing is the word I'm hearing. Okay, so I see interlacing as I say that, what we're allowing, and we're interlacing into our reality. Again, back to conversations. What toxins in all forms, in all perceptions, are we bringing into our system, right? Our brain stem, into our body, into our space, okay? And I'm going to come back to interlace. So I'm seeing a pattern. So think of lace, like a doily, or lace, clothing. And I see it as lattice work around us. And that is creating, right, a grid, interlace in patterns all around us and all inside of us. So the more we can accept what we are creating in patterns, the more help we have in receiving. Okay, we're here, the more we're open to receiving the help that's being offered in many forms, whether it be energy healing, a conversation you're having with someone, a show that does present itself to you to help open up your mind and your heart, music, friendships. I could go on. Help from our guides, our guidance system, our galaxy, the planets, etc. Ushtamakidra o ya aki tar ushtiniki dianara sessionak o urustiak anak irishinara yeshta. Ea ekini sessionak urustiak dianak ishter it inak urustinak is eshanak yedra ikinushta. So our soul has embodied itself in our embodiments, MENT, ask eshtana ok ureshana. And our soul wishes to express itself on a much larger scale. And in that expression of soul light and functionality. So I'm just going to go for it here, guys. I'm going to say whatever comes through so I don't block with my linear perspective. Diashena kurustina kire seshana kurustiete seshana kiedre distere kuristiete tena kiedishn nodo yanarkiti narashtikidre steato. So as our soul light forms the grid and patterns around us and through our body with the assistance of the frequencies that we allow into our fullness of being, we turn on certain lights that light up shadows, or certain cellular memories that we did not have access to on a conscious level before. Creating a full spectrum. I'm seeing a rainbow. And so these patterns are becoming more apparent in our lives and in our lives around us, in our lights, lighting up like a light bulb going off in our body. So we're having physical symptoms, light bulbs going off in our bodies, that perhaps there are certain foods that no longer are our extension of our soul, our expression of our soul. They maybe were in an old energy, but they are no longer holding hands with us. They no longer wish to interlace. Our soul is our interlace and pattern, weave the pattern that we were weaving before. And I see these as like darker aspects of ourselves that were energy muckiness, for lack of better term. I'm hearing holographic presentation in the form of dark granules. So I'm having reference to sand, which if you think of as sand, it's pieces of the whole, but it's broken down over time, and it's kind of just stuck itself in a space because it hasn't been able to be washed out and drained, and we've been ignoring it possibly. The ahish in ro it uskiet and station and kitishtro kurushtia trakiti. So coming into our own beauty is sometimes challenging for our ego. Eshetia naki seshana. Uriatre seshana kurushtina kienara ushtina kietre seshana. Ikides esto ekia nak idia seshana. Ikiniri seshana kurushtina kietra seshana. Kit is ashtrok ushtina kitiata kitires eshana. And again, we're being invited to get out of our comfort zone and tap into other realities that are being offered. But this does take clearing. Being well. So again, it's not allowing in, choosing what you eat, say, speak, listen to. Our senses are expanding out. And so we may be more affected, cause and effect, by our, I see circumstances, but I see it circumstantial, like it's not, it's not real, it's circumstantial. It's, so allowing more in of what we really are, rather than this other stuff that is no longer in alignment with our highest trajectory of love, light, expansion, oneness, gratitude, unity, forgiveness, frequencing, so third eye expanding, heart opening, and kundalini. And I get a reference again to the reference I made earlier with the lizard shedding its skin, and I'm seeing the snake shedding its skin. So let's say the kundalini is rising, yet it gets stuck. From a holographic perspective, on a linear level. And this gets stuck because this skin, picture a snake shedding its skin, and it has, now it's stuck because all that skin, I know this sounds gross, but it's a good visual, has locked it in and it can't move any further. So until that dissolves, and by that I see the more light we bring in through body, through light in all aspects, the more smoothly this transition will then raise through our ethers. So I'm having reference to Easter, but that's a play on words. And again, I'm just going to trust what I'm saying. It's one of my lessons that I frequently am experiencing. And so I keep hearing the sun also rises. And I see someone on the East Coast sees the sunrise, but they don't see the sunset, even though it is setting. And someone on the West Coast sees the sunset, but they don't see the sunrise. And so there's a bigger picture going on that we are not necessarily aware of. But the more our senses expand and the more that we tap into these, I'm hearing rising to the occasions. Right? Raise to the occasion. The more we can allow our truest shining self to come through, because this is where our story, I hear story begins, but then I hear never-ending story. And I'm seeing spirals in reference to the DNA activations that we are receiving. One as ishtuk unuk urustia iki atesashana. And so with this, yes, ishtuk unuk uruk ushtiam, we seek to expand within you and invite within you the akurushtikinesishana kuruyidara esishana through these languages, tones, and somewhat accurate interpretation in English. The ikistak and the sitiadrak ishte uk unyust uk yeseshana. To help you break through your limitations, the barriers that you feel you have created, again, from that holographic perspective. To make your journey a little lighter. So, the guidance is all around you and within you. Go within, seek your spark in your heart, and visualize it spreading like a wildfire, and it can be in multiple colors or rainbow. It can be in blue if you need to feel like you need to cool the system, warm if you need to, red if you need to heat the system, and pushing out all of that dead skin, like the snake shedding its skin, all of those cells that are longing to be integrated. Loved, accepted, forgiven, made conscious, made utuk ushtak inra. And in doing this, the again, I'm just going to say this, the space around you will bend. Bow. Breakthrough. Barriers like bending or warping time, space, reality. And I see an arrow again shooting through the jumping into another space. Bending your own reality. I'm having reference to Airbender. I think that's a Pokemon reference. So you might want to look that up, Airbender. I think it's a cartoon. I've watched it a while ago, but it's coming into my mind's eye right now, or into my thought. And in air bending, I see an arc. These don't have to be understood on a linear level. You understand this innately whether you realize it or not. So all of our beautiful airbenders, we invite you to feel the spectrancy, the expectancy of expansion, expanding. So lots of plays on words here, guys. Open that heart. Open and turn the key to your new home, your new earth, your new frequency. And I'm having reference to a realtor, like a real Taurus. Taurus field, by the way, is the area around the heart. So I see it when you turn the key, it's spinning. Okay, so you turn the lock, it opens the heart, and it spins at a higher frequency. Then that creates this Taurus field around the heart, which I talk about in a lot of my videos. And that Taurus field is protection, and it bends, I keep hearing that word, bends the frequency around to then regroup into a different dimension, timeline, the highest vibration timeline, and it affects everybody around you. And then the realtor, so that brings it into your real time, reality. And I see reality as a cross. Solar cross. And I'm having reference to the song Southern Cross, which was a huge synchronistic song for me. If you read between the lines, I'm being guided. I'll have to do a video on that, a bubble chart, and I will share that with you guys. See what songs sing to you and sing to your soul. So see them. When you listen to them, see them. Make the visuals and recognize that when you feel good about something, you also may not feel good about the same music you've been listening to. That will shift as well. I just had a visual of an eagle flying, but it was an old Native American symbol of the eagle, which is a cross. If you look at I'll have to figure out what that is all about in another video. And so with this eagle eye perception, soaring above, again, inviting yourself to come from a place of compassion. Compassion is expansion. Compassion is forgiveness. Forgiveness is expansion. And we're being invited to I see like a train going crazy. Get off the track, because that track has been guiding us. And now we're being guided to get out of that tunnel, step into the light fully and completely of who we really are. So thank you so much for tuning in for this light language / heart opening and healing energies / interpretation. And again, this is the interpretations, as my guidance system said, is only a linear perspective. It's so much deeper and more expansive than that, but sometimes it's nice to have that so that you can kind of get another little left brain tease or trigger as well. And so thank you so much. Until the next video, in love and light, I'll see you then. Namaste.